means the prices will go up. I don't know. Who knows? I told you I don't negotiate in public.
Joe might not be worried, but you should be. Oil prices jumping more than 9% this week to nearly $75 a barrel. This is the biggest weekly gain in 18 months, so about a year and a half, after Biden signaled that the U.S. would support an Israeli strike on Iranian oil facilities.
And while Biden remains calm, cool, and collected, a spike in gas prices would be a thorn in Kamala Harris's side as we're just weeks away from the presidential election. Joining us now, Fox Business contributor Phil Flynn, oil expert as well. So, Phil, how do you see this playing out? As Dagan just mentioned, prices are up 9%. We're at $75 a barrel. If we have further conflict in the Middle East, what's going to go on with oil?
You know, I'm afraid, Sean, it could be a major price spike and basically a potential damage to the economy could add to inflation. And it's a crisis that didn't have to happen. You know, one of the reasons why we're so vulnerable right now is that the Biden administration has drawn down the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to a 40-year low. They misused the reserve. We don't have that cushion. You know, now we're going to be looking to OPEC, you know, to make up the difference if we lose Iranian oil production. And while the world might be able to afford to lose Iran, we're not going to be able to lose one more drop. And if we do, believe it or not, America is going to be really feeling it here at home.
And one other thing, and Harold Hamm, he founded Continental Resources. He is the king of hydraulic fracturing. He is a tycoon among tycoons. Yes. Hamm told the Financial Times this, quote, "We are in an unusually vulnerable position. Everybody is looking in the direction of the Middle East right now and has been for the last 4 years. But we had a president that frankly wasn't at home. His concerns include the Strategic Petroleum Reserve." But the Democrats lately been bragging about oil production, trying to take credit for it in this nation. But we know that they've granted few, if any, leases, and all the production has come from drilled but uncompleted wells that were drilled under Trump. I mean, we're in a very precarious position.
We are, you know, and Dagan, listen, the U.S. shale miracle, you know, that Mr. Hamm was part of really changed the world, right? You know, years ago when I was growing up, you know, we were worried about, you know, OPEC cutting off our supplies. That was always hanging over our head. But the U.S. technology changed all that. And if you look at the way we've reversed that over the last couple of years, it's absolutely mind-boggling. And listen, we had one of the biggest economic advantages in the world. You know, we should be opening up manufacturing and being able to power our factories and create jobs with low energy prices. But the Biden administration is stepping away from that. It's absolute madness. You know, he was handed one of the biggest gifts in history. Instead, he's letting U.S. oil production basically peak out, and it's going to start to fall unless we get a change at the White House.
And it brings into focus Kamala Harris saying she wants to ban fracking, and that might matter in Pennsylvania, but maybe not to the rest of the world unless you have price of oil at $100, $125 a barrel, and then everyone cares about it. And again, I think they'll refocus on, do we want American energy? Do we want to go green? What really is best for America? Phil, final word.
Everything and above. That's the thing. And you know what? We were moving in that direction. The government has hampered the energy transition with bad policies. Just because you think it's green and you throw money at it doesn't mean it actually works. And so I think you need to get the markets back in control of this, and you will see one of the biggest energy booms and the cleanest energy booms that we've ever seen in this country.
No doubt. Phil Flynn, great to see you. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks.